Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance on a slightly damp um, Sunday evening here in Cornwall. It's been a beautiful day, but we have had a little few spots of rain. Not as much as they've had in Birmingham, which stopped the test match, but we've had a little bit of rain here. Okay, we Share Abundance. We are a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 3 years, and we are also the United States of the world because we welcome people from every country, every gender, colour, class, creed, financial status, educational level, whatever background, it doesn't matter. We see everyone just as human beings, and we are one family of humanity. And that's non-separatist. We don't pigeonhole people because they're fat or thin or old or young or whatever else. Everybody is regarded as equal, even though we recognize that everybody is unique and so has something unique to offer our community, and therefore is of equal value to every other member of our community. There is no cost to become a citizen. There's no obligation to get involved in anything. We do ask that you come with a positive mental attitude, a willingness to share love and abundance, but that's about it. And will in fact pay you $5 just to prove that you're a real person. Okay, with that said, we'll be getting on to what's been happening over the course of the last 24 hours. We're here every day. With it being a Sunday, it's usually pretty quiet because we don't have people working over the weekend and especially on Sundays, and so it's all to do with what we have planned, and if anything has cropped up that is worthwhile notifying. We should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly, and I'll be heading over there in a moment because that's where we get most of the comments. And I can see that we do have some comments already, but they don't always show up properly in the app. All we see for Facebook is Facebook users, this sort of thing. But Luis Montero is in from Lisbon in Portugal, saying hi to everybody. And now I'm going to go over to Facebook. And when I get there, I'm going to be looking for We Share Abundance Publicly group. And then I'll be looking for the 18th, I think. Yeah, the 18th of June. And so far, so good. Panel. We have Sam in from Nigeria. Hi there. And we've got Norman in from Doncaster, UK, and Richard from Devon in the UK, just not far from me, actually, in the Southwest Peninsula. While when we do get started in a minute or two, we'll be starting with a little short prayer that helps us find the path to happiness. Happiness is what everybody seeks. Doesn't matter what country you're from, doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter about anything else. We seek happiness. And that may sound a simplification, and it perhaps is, because not everybody knows how to find happiness. They think if I had that new house or I could pay off my bills, I'd be happy. And yeah, you'd get pleasure from that short term, but you'd always be wanting more, seeking more. There are plenty of people in this world that have a lot of money, and yet they're not happy. You can't buy happiness. You can't buy sadness either. Okay, so money isn't a bad thing. It's simply that it won't provide you with everlasting happiness. So how do you get happiness? There's only one way to earn true happiness, and that is through loving service to other people. And when you make that your goal, the wonderful thing about it is that the more service you offer to the more people, not only will you find great joy and happiness that is everlasting in that, but everything that you want and need materially will automatically flow to you. So we have that little prayer to just help us along the way there. Then we have a little affirmation to help us maintain that non-separatist ideology we talked about. And we'll get started with that in a moment now. But before we do, I want to apologise for leaving abruptly last night, yesterday evening. It wasn't intended, but when I clicked on the tab for the app, which is where I go to close things down and where I have to go before we get our final goodbyes said, I must have clicked in a place that in the wrong part of the tab, and it closed the tab. And so rather than me finishing up with my usual good-natured goodbyes, we just cut off short. So I apologise for that, and hopefully I'll be able to navigate my tabs a little bit better this evening so that we don't have that event happening again. Okay, what time have we got? We've got 19:06. I think we'll get started right now with that short prayer, followed by the affirmation, and then I'll bring you up to date with what's been going on. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. That through that love, each member finds the joy of service. And through service, bless each member, Lord, that they attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. I told you it was short, and we have an equally short affirmation. And that goes like this. We are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay. Yeah, as I said, with it being a Sunday, not an awful lot to report. But first of all, I want to remind everybody that if you choose to withdraw from Vortic, which is one of our multiple income streams we recommend, we highly recommend Vortic. In fact, it is really solid passive income plan. But if you want to make a withdrawal, they only have one withdrawal a week, and you have to get your request in by 11 p.m. London time today, and you will be paid tomorrow. If you don't hit that deadline, 11 p.m. today, then you put your request in later than that, you won't get paid until a week on Monday. So if you want the withdrawal, you must get it ordered or whatever requested before that time. So if you've not done it, do it as soon as we finish here. Also, if you've got funds in your account, and you don't particularly need the withdrawal, because if you take money out, it costs you 5%. If you've got $100 to withdraw and you put in your request, you'll only get paid $95. That's how Vortic make their money. You get paid, but they only get paid when they pay you. There are no monthly fees or anything like that with Vortic. They make their money when you make a withdrawal. But far better, if you don't need the money, if you're not desperate for it, is to put it back into your plan and compound it so that you've got more available next week, and keep doing it until you've got more and more available, and that will build up over a period of months, and you'll start seeing really massive benefits in about 9 to 12 months, where you will see that you have built an amazing deposit in there, generating you really strong weekly income, and you'll be able to withdraw a portion of that at that point and still compound more so that your available cash goes up every week. So get into that compounding habit, whether you're compounding all of it or a portion of it. The more you compound, the faster you will reach financial security. So that's with the reminder on Vortic. Also, Beyond Infinity, which is another very, very powerful passive income plan, they do their weekly allocations late on Saturday night for UK members, so that when you wake up in the morning, you've got your money available in your account. You can have it set for auto compounding, which is the best thing to do, really, because you can at any time you choose pull money out of your Beyond Infinity Gold plan anyway. So put it in, compound it, and once again, you'll see that growing, especially if you're in the car plan. And in the car plan, we bought yet another vehicle today for $500, which will get us a $50,000 vehicle. We've got several vehicles ordered. What are we going to do with them all? They're not here so that we can put them all in a garage and say, look how many cars we've got. You know, we're going to be selling them as they become available, and we can sell them at any discount. It doesn't matter because those vehicles will have cost us nothing. And that you may wonder how that works, because I just said we paid $500 for a $50,000 vehicle, which is amazing in itself. But that $500, $400 goes into the Beyond Infinity Gold plan, and we are earning at 5% per week on that. So in like 25 weeks, we have our money back, and 25 weeks, that has cost us nothing. We will go on earning for another 25 weeks. In fact, forever if we don't pull the cash out. But just for another 25 weeks, we'll have an extra $500 available, and we will get our car a couple of weeks after that. We have to wait 12 months for the vehicle. As I say, what we'll be doing is we will be selling those vehicles, and the cash that we get for them will be going into the treasury to benefit all members of We Share Abundance. What we're working on now is getting as much income in as we possibly can to strengthen our economy, provide liquidity and value in our currency, pay off debts that we have to our members, whether they're in the form of direct loans or nest egg purchases that have been made over the 3 years we've been operating. So I'd like at this point to thank all our members for their support in the ways that they have supported us, and assure them that it won't be very long before we start helping you see some money and profit on the generosity that you offered to help We Share Abundance get going. Okay, right, where are we now? We have more people in. We've got Reynold in from Trinidad and Tobago. We've got Norman in from Norman in we said seen Norman before. He's from Doncaster, but he's asking, can I ask if all funds payments have now been made? Of course you can. You can ask anything you like, and you will get an honest answer. And the answer is no. We've paid out everybody that has provided us with a um, wallet address, but we still have probably close to 20 people that we've emailed more than once to get them to submit their wallet address so that we can send them their money. Um, most of the people involved have been paid, but there are still quite a number. I don't know the exact number. I think it's probably less than 20 now. But all we're waiting for is for them to come up with their address, and we'll send them the money that's due. Okay, thanks for your question, Norman. I'm pretty sure that you've been paid. There was a delay in your payment, but I think I'm almost certain that it has been paid now. Kingsley is in from Manchester, UK. Sam is saying welcome to Kingsley. Yeah. Okay. So welcome to everybody, whether you're watching live or whether you are watching the replay, whatever time of day it is for you. It's not convenient for everybody to get on here live, but it is a good idea. You can check the replay, and that way you are kept up to date with what's going on, and you don't have to be wondering and asking questions and putting in support tickets, sending emails and things like that. One of the disadvantages of sending me emails is most of them get diverted into spam folders and don't get seen anyway. So stay updated with the live events. We are looking at a way where we can create a summary of um, the event, which we can then post. But I don't want to set, I don't want. We've been here for, as I say, over 3 years, and we've done these updates every night. We don't want 1,000 or thousands, it will be in the future, of summaries clogging up the site. So we will probably have some sort of system where they will be up there for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, maybe a week, I don't know. And then as we put one in, it'll knock the oldest one out and this sort of thing. So we are looking at ways where we can do that. And that way, perhaps people that don't have English as a first language, it would be beneficial to them because they can take that, copy it, post it into Google Translator or something like that, and so be able to get all the information. Also, people that have bandwidth limitations, don't want to be watching a live video, they can just get it, download it, and they can read the transcript offline. They don't need to use their bandwidth. So that's one of the things we're looking at. Norman saying yes, that's correct. Yeah, I thought I'd paid you. Right. Yeah. So we bought another car in Beyond Infinity. We've been checking on things, and one of our support team actually, Leon Henderson from California, notified me of a program that has come back. They started apparently in April. They operated for a couple of months and then they had a bit of an itch and they said, hang on, we'll be back. And apparently they are now back. Well, not apparently, they definitely are back because we've joined them. But you can join that free. Obviously, they're hoping that you are going to upgrade your account. But as far as I'm aware, there is no obligation to do that. And if you join it free, you will make about $10 a month from that. And we have these free programs trying to get people to that level or higher, $10. because $10 will get you into other passive income plans. One of the best, most solid at that level, $10, is it's called BitSports, I think. And we have that as a recommended program. You can get involved in that for $10, and if you're 100% passive, they will turn your $10 into $30. And if you put your $30 in, they'll turn that into $90. And with $90, you can get into Vortic. And that's when your journey becomes incredibly strong, secure, and your future is your financial future is taken care of. Okay, once you get into Vortic, of course, it's not going to happen overnight with $90, but you get into Vortic, and it's with $50, which is the minimum there, or more. You can then compound your way up to over $10,000 in your account, and when you've got over 10 grand in, you will be earning enough to withdraw money on a weekly basis and still increase your weekly income. And isn't that what we all want to do? All we want to do is be able to say, okay, it's Monday, I've been paid again, and it's more than I got paid last week, and it pays all my bills, and I've got money left over to do what I want with. And so that is why we are constantly seeking for free programs where you can make enough to get into other paid programs. I mean, BitSports itself is a very good program, but you want to be in, once you've got into the free program, you made $10. No reason to leave that. You can make $10 every month from what I understand of that. Now, apparently that may be a short-term offer. So if you want it, grab it now and make your $10 and then get it into BitSports. When you're in BitSports, once again, you can put in more than $10 if you want. It's up to you. It's up to your personal circumstances and choice and decision. But it's a very powerful program itself. But once you've made enough to get into Vortic, then you can get in Vortic. Doesn't mean you leave BitSports. You can keep that going. And you've got then three income streams. You've got the free one, you've got the BitSports, and you've got Vortic. And that's three income streams. And as you're making money in the free one and in the BitSports, you can start taking some of that out and getting into another income stream, and so on. Funds, very powerful, but you need $110 minimum, and effectively you need $150 minimum to get into funds. When I say very powerful, I mean it's powerful because they have been around for a while and they pay regularly. There are plenty of plans out there that pay more, but probably are not as dependable as funds. So funds is a very good plan to get into as well. So you can get into funds, and that will give you an extra. You'll have four income streams. Some of them won't produce a great deal of money, but gradually funds will produce well for you. And in a shorter time span, Vortic will produce very well for you. And we have another program called ETF that we recommend. That is now, I believe the minimum is $349 to get involved in that. But that actually pays more than Vortic. I don't know enough about it to say it's as solid and stable as Vortic. What I have been able to find out about it, I'm very happy with. Let me put it that way. But I'm not a financial advisor. These are my opinions, and you've got to make your own judgment. But if you get into that as well, once you've started making some money and you get into that, that'll compound automatically for you. Your money's locked in for 6 months. But in the 6 month period, you'll get back something like 2.5 times what you put in. If you put it all back in for another 6-month period, you'll get about 11 or 12 times back what you put in. So you put in what's the minimum? $350. You're going to be getting somewhere between $3,500–4,000 back in a year's time. Really, really good. And of course, you can keep compounding these things and doing more and more with them. So there are lots of very good opportunities, and you can get started for free. If you don't have the cash to get involved in, then you've got to start free. But you can work your way up. It just takes you a bit longer. If you've got some finance that you can put in, then of course it makes the journey that much faster. Okay, let me ask you to excuse me. Still feels a bit gunged up there, but nothing much coming out, if anything. Okay, still remnants of hay fever, but it seems to be getting better. I don't know whether the rain has helped or what. Okay, we have a query, well, not a query, but we have some clarification to do on the Power of One bonus. And Devyani, actually, bless her heart, was asking if I'd got the information to her today. I said, oh, just leave it to Monday, partly because I don't want her working on a Sunday when there's no desperate need for it. A day isn't going to make that much difference. And partly because I was too busy to get out the information she needs when she was asking for it. It will be available for her as soon as she starts work tomorrow, and we'll get that sorted out. It's a little bit of clarification on some of the points where you can earn extra income through very, very simple to qualify for plan, but it's a little bit complicated in the ways that you can earn it. Basically, if you introduce one paid person every month into any of our plans, you're going to qualify. But there are ways that you can shortcut that because qualification grows month after month. So if you qualify month 1 and month two, your qualification gets you a bigger bonus. Month 3, it goes up again. And it does that for 6 months. But if you miss a month, let's suppose you qualify for 3 months and then you don't qualify in month 4, and then you qualify in month 5, you're back to month 1. So it's all about being consistent. The level of consistency, as I say, is very low, just introducing one paid member every month. And paid member can be for as little as $2. So it's not hard to achieve that, and you can actually get a paid member at that $2 level without them paying the $2 by giving them a coupon that we provide to you totally free. So it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost the person joining anything, and you qualify for the Power of One. But there are ways that you can shortcut that, and that's where there's a little bit of confusion in the programming, and so that needs to be sorted out. And excuse me again, sorry. I don't know. Okay, so we're doing that, and we've got Andrew in from New Zealand, where it will be Monday morning. Of course, it's Sunday evening here. Everybody enjoying the rest of the weekend. Not much of it left. I don't think I've got anything left to tell you, but I do have some numbers for you. They're a little bit slow at the moment, but uh, we should be seeing an increase in the numbers in about 2 weeks, because maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks, because the campaign that we have been planning for so long now, it's taken us 6 months longer than I anticipated to get going, but it is all now done, ready to run. We've had the approval from Facebook. Um, ROI Tips team have got their stuff in order, and it's just a case now they've got to warm up the Facebook ads account for 15 days so that we don't get that account blocked by all of a sudden bashing a lot of ads through uh, as a new account. So that's where we're up to with that, and that will start boosting the numbers. But at the moment, last 24 hours, we are up by 14 in our email, our registered members. Okay, to 39,424. That's a net increase because we do take out people every day that haven't logged in for 2 months. So it's a difference between the number of new registrations and the number of people we take out. So it's up 14 in the last 24 hours. The active member count is up by 22 to 3,739, and that is people that are logging in usually every day, because if you log in every day, you increase the benefits that we give you free of charge. And also, if you're in any of our secondary staking or stable stake programs, those are based on you logging in as well. So it increases your profitability, I suppose that's the best way to put it. Okay. As I say, that is up by 22 in the last 24 hours. Multiply Weezer, one of our sister sites, which is pretty much dormant at the moment, but we'll get that moving as we get the income created that will put the funds into our treasury that will allow us to build liquidity in our tokens. But we have 14,656 members now. That's up by 19 in the last 24 hours. And the bonus pool went up another dollar to $10,174. And that is just from logging in from the revenue share in that program. Okay. I don't think we've got anything else to cover. I've not seen any questions in there, but I'm going to look now in Melonap, but I managed to click on that without doing what I did yesterday, for which I've already apologized, but I'll apologize again, because when I was saying goodbye, I went to the Melonap and I clicked too far to the right on the tab and it just closed the tab. So my apologies for the abrupt ending yesterday. I'm scrolling down to see if we've got anything. No, nobody else introducing themselves there from YouTube or Twitch, other than Lewis, who was in very early, as often. No questions there. So I think we're covered for today. Tomorrow, as I say, we will have Devyani back in. We'll get that Power of One bonus sorted out. We are also working on now payments, that we should be able to get that sorted out as well pretty quickly. And then there are a couple of issues on a couple of tickets that we need to do something about as well. We'll get those sorted out, and then we'll be up to date and we'll be able to start moving forward with more development, always for the benefit of the members. Remember, this is your community, this is your country, this is your nation. It's not owned by anybody other than you. We're not in here for profit for any one person. It's all about people being able to make money and creating wealth through that for everybody else. And we're here for the long term. Everything that we have has been built from the ground up. We don't have any third party software in or anything like that. It's all our own, built to last for generations to come, not just for a few months or a few years, but for generations. So, with that said, that's it from me for today. I'll be back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group. We share abundance publicly. And until then, get out there, be with the warriors, give away some of those coupons, qualify for the Power of One bonus, and help a few people out because they'll get coupons that they can give away and they'll make money as well because you make money every time you give away a coupon that is used. It's cost you nothing, it's cost them nothing. You make money. And the people that you help with those coupons, they'll be able to do exactly the same thing and make money. So it's another free way of making money. We haven't actually got that on the page yet. It is in your inbox, that free money page. It was originally just about Rex Wallet, which is uh, another plan that is purported to be free. I've had a couple of people saying it's a scam, but they paid me when I um, when I put in a withdrawal request to test it. Whether or not we'll get paid again, I don't know. But we are now up to $80 in our wallet there. Once we get up to $100, we'll be up to another point in the amount we earn. And perhaps at that point, once we get over $100, I'll perhaps just test it with another withdrawal and see what happens to keep you informed. But there is no requirement for you to put any cash into that plan. It is an option. All these plans offer a free ride. I say all of them, most of them definitely anyway, um, hoping that you will say, "Oh, I like this. I'll put in some cash," but don't feel obligated to do it. It's up to you. If you do it, follow the rules. Don't put in more than you can afford to lose. Get your seed capital out as soon as you can, especially with plans that you may be a little bit like that about. And once you've got to a point where you're happy, you don't mind if you're going to lose whatever little bit you've got in, or you've not got any personal money in it out of pocket, you're just working on their money, compound compound it, and compound. Okay, until tomorrow, get out there, be with the warriors, share some love and abundance, go the extra mile, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless. I love you all. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. I'll see you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later, alligator. Whoa. In a wild crocodile. Yeah.